Aging is often misunderstood. Society tells us that as we grow older, we should let go of certain desires, certain habits, and certain pleasures. But what if I told you that embracing your natural instincts could actually lead to a longer, healthier, and more fulfilling life? In this video, we will explore the surprising health benefits of maintaining intimacy in your golden years, both physically and spiritually. But we won't just stop at science. We will also take a deep dive into what Buddhist wisdom has to say about self awareness, self care, and the natural cycle of life. Stay with me until the very end, because what you learn today could change the way you see aging forever. And if you find value in this discussion, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Buddhist Mindfulness, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an enlightening conversation about health, wellness, and spirituality. The science of intimacy and aging beyond the myths. Many people associate aging with a decline in vitality, particularly in terms of intimacy and sexual well-being. However, modern science and ancient wisdom tell a different story, one that celebrates the enduring nature of human connection, desire, and the profound impact of intimacy on overall health. Research has shown that maintaining an active, intimate life, whether through partner-based relationships or self-pleasure, can have significant health benefits. These include improved cardiovascular health, stress reduction, better hormone regulation, enhanced immune function, and even increased longevity. Far from being a luxury or a youthful indulgence, intimacy is a fundamental aspect of well-being that remains relevant throughout one's lifetime. In the Buddhist tradition, taking care of one's body is an act of mindfulness, an expression of gratitude toward the vessel that carries us through this existence. This philosophy aligns with scientific findings that suggest regular intimate activities contribute to overall health, supporting brain function, reducing the risk of depression, and promoting a sense of connectedness with oneself and others. From a physiological perspective, intimacy triggers the release of endorphins and oxytocin, often referred to as feel-good hormones, which play a role in reducing anxiety and fostering emotional stability. In men, regular sexual activity has been linked to improved prostate health, while in women it helps maintain pelvic muscle strength and hormonal balance. Additionally, intimacy has been shown to improve sleep quality, which is critical for cognitive function and immune support in older adults. Despite these benefits, there is still a significant cultural stigma surrounding intimacy and aging. In many societies, discussing sexuality in later years is often considered inappropriate or even taboo. Older adults may feel ashamed or embarrassed by their desires, internalizing messages that suggest their sexual expression should diminish with age. But why should this be the case? Sexuality is an intrinsic part of human nature, not something that vanishes with time. Suppressing natural urges does not lead to enlightenment. It often leads to unnecessary suffering and detachment from one's own body and emotions. Buddhism teaches us that all things are impermanent, and rather than resisting change, we must approach our experiences with mindfulness and acceptance. The key is to cultivate awareness of what is beneficial for the body, mind, and spirit, and to act accordingly. This means recognizing intimacy as a source of comfort, joy, and health, rather than something to be shunned or ignored. The aging process should be embraced as a stage of deeper connection, where self-awareness and personal well-being take precedence over societal expectations. Intimacy in later years extends beyond the physical realm. It also encompasses emotional closeness, companionship, and a deepened sense of love and connection. Many older adults find that while their approach to physical intimacy may change, their capacity for affection, touch, and meaningful relationships remains just as strong, if not stronger, than in their younger years. Simple acts such as holding hands, sharing stories, and expressing love can have profound psychological and physiological effects, reinforcing bonds and enhancing overall happiness. For those who practice mindfulness or spiritual traditions such as Buddhism, intimacy can be seen as a form of meditation, a way of being fully present in the moment, attuned to one's sensations, emotions, and connection with another being. Through this lens, intimacy is not just about pleasure, but about cultivating a harmonious balance between body and soul. The science of intimacy and aging invites us to reconsider outdated beliefs and embrace a perspective rooted in both wisdom and scientific understanding. Rather than viewing aging as a decline, it can be seen as an opportunity to explore deeper, more meaningful forms of connection and self care. Whether through partnered intimacy, self exploration, or emotional closeness, nurturing this aspect of life can lead to a more fulfilling, healthier, and happier aging experience. By breaking free from societal stigmas and embracing intimacy as a lifelong journey, older adults can reclaim their right to joy, connection, and well being. After all, caring for one's body and emotional health is an act of self love, one that transcends age and cultural limitations, ultimately leading to a more enriched and mindful existence. Number one, protecting prostate health, a medical and spiritual perspective. Scientific studies have shown that regular ejaculation can help maintain prostate health by flushing out toxins and preventing stagnation in the body. But beyond the physical benefits, there's a deeper lesson here, one that aligns with both medical wisdom and spiritual understanding. In Buddhism, stagnation, whether physical, mental, or spiritual, is a source of suffering. Just as stagnant water becomes murky and unclean, a life without flow becomes heavy with burden, accumulating what no longer serves us. The prostate is a small but vital gland in the male reproductive system. Over time, if fluids are not regularly expelled, they can accumulate, leading to discomfort, inflammation, or even an increased risk of conditions like prostatitis or benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. Studies suggest that men who engage in regular ejaculation, whether through intimacy or self-care, may reduce their risk of developing prostate-related issues. This process helps clear out potentially harmful substances, improve circulation, and maintain the overall health of the gland. Medical professionals often emphasize the importance of a balanced lifestyle, exercise, a healthy diet, and regular checkups to support prostate function. However, many overlook the role of stress and emotional well-being. Stress, particularly when repressed or ignored, can lead to hormonal imbalances that negatively impact prostate health. This is where a more holistic perspective, one that incorporates both medical and spiritual wisdom, can be beneficial. In Buddhist philosophy, attachment and stagnation are often viewed as obstacles to peace and well-being. Whether it's holding on to negative emotions, resisting change, or suppressing natural bodily functions, anything that disrupts the natural flow of life can lead to suffering. The concept of anicca, impermanence, teaches us that everything is in a state of constant change, and our well-being depends on our ability to move with this flow rather than against it. Similarly, the Taoist principle of balance teaches that energy must circulate freely within the body. When blockages occur, be they emotional, spiritual, or physical, health issues often follow. This is why practices like Qigong, meditation, and mindful movement are encouraged. They help release tension, improve circulation, and promote overall vitality. Take the story of George, an 81-year-old retiree who spent years struggling with frequent urination at night. The constant disruptions to his sleep left him feeling drained, irritable, and disconnected from his own body. After consulting his doctor, he discovered that his condition was related to an aging prostate. The doctor suggested a simple but often overlooked approach, maintaining regular sexual activity, even if only in a solo capacity. At first, George was skeptical. Like many older adults, he had internalized cultural messages that viewed sexuality as something reserved for the young. But he was also a lifelong Buddhist practitioner and understood the importance of keeping energy flowing. He decided to approach this recommendation with an open mind, seeing it not just as a medical suggestion, but as an act of self-care. Within a few months, George noticed a significant improvement. His nighttime urination reduced, his sleep improved, and he felt more in control of his body. More than that, he experienced a renewed sense of connection with himself, recognizing that taking care of his health was not just about discipline, but about showing himself compassion. George's story reminds us that self-care isn't just about following medical advice. It's about embracing the body's needs with kindness and respect. Too often, people, especially older adults, feel guilt or shame around their natural bodily functions. But in both medical and spiritual traditions, caring for oneself is seen as an essential part of living a full and healthy life. From a Buddhist perspective, self-care is an extension of metta, loving kindness. Just as we offer kindness to others, we must also extend it to ourselves. When we respect our bodies, listen to their needs, and let go of outdated beliefs that create unnecessary suffering, we align ourselves with a more harmonious way of living. Ultimately, prostate health, like all aspects of well being, is about balance. While medical science provides essential knowledge, spiritual wisdom offers deeper insight into how we can integrate that knowledge into our lives. By recognizing the importance of flow, release, and self compassion, we can take a more holistic approach to health, one that nurtures not only the body, but also the mind and spirit. So, whether through meditation, exercise, or maintaining a healthy, intimate life, the key takeaway is this: well being is not about suppressing natural processes, but about embracing them with awareness and care. When we do, we create a life that is not only healthier, but also more peaceful and fulfilling. Number two, boosting heart health. Love and circulation. Your heart isn't just a muscle, it's a symbol of life, love, and connection. Across cultures, the heart represents not only our physical well being, but also our emotional and spiritual health. In Buddhist philosophy, the heart is considered the seat of compassion, wisdom, and interconnectedness. Just as the physical heart pumps blood to nourish the body, the emotional heart fuels our relationships, joy, and sense of purpose. When we nurture both aspects, we enhance our overall well being. One of the most overlooked yet powerful ways to boost heart health is through intimacy. Research shows that regular sexual activity can lower blood pressure, improve circulation, and reduce the risk of heart disease. More than just a pleasurable act, intimacy is an expression of connection and vitality. It releases hormones such as oxytocin and endorphins, which promote relaxation, reduce stress, and enhance emotional bonds. When we embrace this natural part of life, we allow our bodies and minds to function optimally. But what happens when we suppress emotions or natural desires out of guilt, fear, or societal conditioning? Just as clogged arteries restrict blood flow, emotional blockages can limit our capacity for joy, connection, and even physical health. Many older adults, particularly those who have lost partners or feel disconnected from their bodies due to aging, may unknowingly neglect this aspect of self-care. Yet, the wisdom of Buddhist mindfulness teaches us that acceptance of change, of desire, and of the present moment is the key to inner peace. Consider the story of Henry, a 74-year-old grandfather who spent much of his life prioritizing work and family over his own well-being. As he aged, he noticed a decline in his energy, mood, and overall vitality. His doctor advised him to stay physically active, but Henry felt something was missing. Then, he learned about the cardiovascular benefits of intimacy. Rather than viewing it as a luxury of youth, he reframed it as an essential part of his well-being, just like exercise or a balanced diet. With an open mind, he rekindled connection and physical closeness with his wife, focusing on love, presence, and shared joy. The results were remarkable. Not only did Henry's heart health improve, but his overall sense of aliveness returned. He felt lighter, more at ease, and deeply connected to his wife in a way he hadn't in years. His story serves as a powerful reminder that when we align with nature, we thrive. Intimacy at any age is not just about physical pleasure, it's about connection, emotional fulfillment, and honoring the vitality within us. So what can we learn from Henry's experience? First, that our bodies and minds are deeply interconnected. When we nourish one, we support the other. Second, that aging does not mean giving up on joy, connection, or love. And finally, that embracing our natural desires with mindfulness and acceptance can lead to a healthier, more fulfilling life. By opening our hearts, physically and emotionally, we allow energy to flow freely, just like blood through the arteries. In doing so, we invite greater well-being, deeper relationships, and a renewed sense of purpose into our lives. Number three, improving bladder control, a surprising benefit. As we age, bladder control becomes a common concern, affecting both men and women. Weak pelvic floor muscles contribute to frequent nighttime urination, nocturia, unexpected leaks, and overall discomfort. Many older adults assume that these issues are an inevitable part of aging. However, what many don't realize is that regular sexual activity, including intimate connection and even solo practices, can help strengthen these muscles naturally, leading to better urinary function over time. Bladder control is closely tied to the strength of the pelvic floor muscles, which support the bladder and help regulate urine flow. Just like any other muscle in the body, The pelvic floor weakens with age if not exercised. Engaging in sexual activity provides a natural workout for these muscles, much like Kegel exercises, which doctors often recommend to improve bladder control. During arousal and orgasm, the pelvic muscles contract, increasing blood flow and enhancing muscle tone. This process helps to improve bladder support, reducing the likelihood of leaks and the need for frequent nighttime trips to the bathroom. For men, sexual activity has also been linked to improved prostate health, another key factor in urinary function. Take Jim, a 74-year-old retired firefighter who had always lived an active life. However, in recent years, he found himself waking up multiple times a night to use the bathroom. The constant interruptions drained his energy, made it difficult to get a full night's rest, and impacted his ability to enjoy his retirement fully. Frustrated, Jim sought advice from his doctor, who recommended some lifestyle changes, including pelvic floor exercises. Around the same time, Jim also became more mindful of his overall well-being, embracing self-care practices that included maintaining intimacy with his partner. To his surprise, after several months, he noticed a significant improvement in his bladder control. The frequent nighttime urges diminished, allowing him to enjoy uninterrupted sleep. His energy levels improved, and he felt more confident during daily activities. Jim's experience is a testament to the power of small, natural adjustments that yield significant benefits. By making an effort to maintain his pelvic health, he not only improved his bladder function, but also enhanced his overall quality of life. While sexual activity is a powerful and natural way to improve bladder control, it is not the only approach. For those looking to strengthen their pelvic floor, consider incorporating these additional strategies. Kegel exercises. Regularly contracting and relaxing the pelvic floor muscles helps improve bladder control. These exercises can be done discreetly anytime, anywhere. Staying hydrated. While it may seem counterintuitive, drinking enough water prevents concentrated urine from irritating the bladder, reducing the urgency to urinate. Maintaining a healthy weight. Excess weight puts pressure on the bladder and pelvic muscles, increasing the risk of incontinence. Limiting bladder irritants. Caffeine, alcohol, and acidic foods can irritate the bladder lining, leading to more frequent urges. Mindful breathing and relaxation. Stress can worsen bladder control issues, so practicing deep breathing and relaxation techniques can help. Bladder control issues do not have to be an unavoidable part of aging. By incorporating natural methods, such as maintaining an active sex life, practicing Kegel exercises, and making healthy lifestyle choices, older adults can experience noticeable improvements in their urinary health. Jim's story is just one example of how mindful self-care can lead to better bladder control, improved sleep, and enhanced confidence in daily life. Small, consistent efforts can make a world of difference, allowing individuals to enjoy their golden years with greater comfort and independence. Number 4, mental well-being and stress reduction. The power of inner peace. Aging often brings profound emotional challenges, loneliness, anxiety, and even depression. As social circles shrink and life transitions occur, older adults may find themselves struggling with feelings of isolation and emotional distress. However, there are simple, natural ways to cultivate mental well-being and reduce stress. One of the most powerful yet often overlooked methods is the practice of self-compassion and emotional intimacy. Studies show that acts of care, whether toward oneself or others, stimulate the release of endorphins and oxytocin, hormones that counteract stress and promote a sense of connection and happiness. From a Buddhist perspective, this practice aligns closely with metta, or loving kindness. Loving kindness is the act of extending warmth, compassion, and goodwill, first to oneself and then to others. It is a reminder that true peace starts from within. When we treat ourselves with gentleness, understanding, and care, we cultivate inner tranquility that radiates outward, improving our relationships and overall well-being. In this way, the key to emotional balance and resilience lies not in external circumstances, but in how we relate to ourselves. Frank, a 72-year-old widower, experienced firsthand the heavy toll that grief and stress can take on mental health. After losing his wife of 45 years, he found himself overwhelmed by sadness and loneliness. Nights felt particularly empty, and the weight of his emotions often left him feeling exhausted during the day. Over time, his sense of purpose began to fade, and he started withdrawing from social activities. Concerned for his well being, Frank's doctor encouraged him to explore gentle self soothing practices to manage his emotional distress. Initially skeptical, Frank hesitated. He had spent decades focusing on others and wasn't used to prioritizing his own needs. However, he slowly started making small changes. He began meditating for a few minutes each morning, practicing deep breathing to ease tension, and embracing self intimacy as a way to reconnect with his body and emotions. As the weeks passed, Frank noticed a transformation. His body felt lighter, his thoughts clearer. Instead of dwelling on loneliness, he started appreciating the beauty of small, everyday moments: a sunrise, the warmth of a cup of tea, the feeling of a gentle breeze. The sadness didn't disappear entirely, but it no longer controlled him. More importantly, he learned that healing wasn't about forgetting the past, but about embracing the present with kindness. Frank's story highlights an essential truth. Healing comes in many forms, and self-compassion is one of the most powerful. Often, older adults are conditioned to believe that their emotional needs are secondary, that focusing on themselves is selfish. However, Buddhist teachings remind us that caring for ourselves is not indulgence. It is an act of wisdom. When we nurture our inner world with kindness, we create the foundation for a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Practical ways to cultivate self-compassion include mindful breathing and meditation. Spending a few minutes each day focusing on your breath can help reduce anxiety and promote relaxation. Engaging in meaningful activities, whether it's reading, gardening, or enjoying music, doing things that bring joy can enhance mental well-being. Practicing loving kindness, metta, meditation. Repeating phrases like, "May I be happy, may I be at peace," can foster a deep sense of inner calm. Embracing physical comfort. Gentle self-care practices such as warm baths or soft touch can release stress and create feelings of safety. Connecting with nature. Spending time outdoors can help regulate emotions and provide a sense of peace. Aging is not just about physical changes. It is also a journey of emotional and spiritual growth. By embracing self-compassion and self-care, we can navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace. In the end, the power of inner peace is not found in external solutions. It is cultivated within through kindness, mindfulness, and a deep appreciation for the present moment. Number 5, enhancing sleep quality, a natural remedy. Sleep disturbances are a common struggle for older adults, affecting both their physical health and emotional well-being. Many seek solutions in herbal teas, meditation, or prescribed medications, but one often overlooked remedy is intimacy. Whether through physical touch, emotional closeness, or sexual connection, intimacy can play a profound role in improving sleep quality. At the core of this connection is the body's natural chemistry. During intimate moments, the brain releases oxytocin, often called the love hormone, and prolactin, a hormone associated with relaxation and sleepiness. Oxytocin reduces cortisol levels, the primary stress hormone, helping to quiet the mind and prepare the body for rest. Additionally, intimacy boosts endorphins, which provide a natural sense of well-being, further promoting relaxation before bedtime. Beyond the physiological effects, intimacy fosters emotional security, which is crucial for restful sleep. Feelings of loneliness and anxiety are known contributors to insomnia, particularly in older adults who may experience loss, social isolation, or life changes that disrupt their sense of stability. Having a partner to share closeness with, whether through cuddling, holding hands, or simply engaging in meaningful conversations, can ease emotional distress and create a sense of comfort. Consider the story of Robert, a 78-year-old retired teacher who had struggled with chronic sleeplessness for years. He had experimented with nearly every natural remedy available: chamomile tea, melatonin supplements, guided meditation, and even lifestyle adjustments like reducing screen time before bed. Despite his efforts, he would often lie awake for hours, his mind racing with thoughts about the past and the uncertainties of aging. One day, during a casual conversation at his local senior community center, a friend mentioned the role of intimacy in sleep. Initially skeptical, Robert decided to explore the idea. He wasn't in a romantic relationship, but he recognized that intimacy didn't have to be strictly physical. He began prioritizing deeper emotional connections. calling his daughter more frequently, engaging in meaningful conversations with friends, and even practicing self-compassion through mindfulness. To his surprise, within a few weeks, Robert noticed a significant change. His racing thoughts no longer kept him up at night, and he felt a newfound sense of peace. He also reintroduced gentle physical closeness into his routine, such as embracing a close friend for longer when greeting them or allowing himself to relax into the warmth of a hug. The combination of emotional and physical intimacy helped his body naturally release the calming hormones he had been missing. Soon, he was sleeping more deeply and waking up feeling rejuvenated. From a Buddhist standpoint, rest is not just a bodily necessity, it is a practice of mindfulness. The teachings of Buddhism emphasize that a well-rested mind is essential for cultivating wisdom, clarity, and compassion. Just as meditation calms the mind by bringing awareness to the present moment, quality sleep is a form of rejuvenation that allows the body and spirit to reset. Monastics often follow structured routines that balance activity with deep rest, understanding that without proper sleep, the mind cannot function at its highest potential. In a similar way, embracing intimacy, whether through loving relationships, acts of kindness, or self-compassion, can serve as a spiritual practice that nurtures both restfulness and emotional balance. By incorporating intimacy into daily life, older adults can find a natural, holistic solution to insomnia, paving the way for deeper sleep and a more peaceful mind. After exploring the many benefits of maintaining intimacy in old age, one thing becomes clear: aging does not mean decline. Instead, it is an invitation to deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Your body still needs care, your mind still craves peace, and your spirit still seeks connection. Buddhist teachings remind us that true well-being comes from balance, balancing the body's needs, the mind's peace, and the soul's fulfillment. So, what can you do today to improve your health and happiness? Start by listening to your body with kindness. Nurture it with movement, proper nourishment, and rest. Give your mind the space to breathe. Practice meditation, engage in meaningful conversations, and let go of unnecessary worries. And for your spirit, cultivate relationships that bring warmth, connection, and purpose into your life. Embrace self-care without guilt. Honor your body's natural functions with mindfulness. And most importantly, remember that you are deserving of joy at every stage of life. If this discussion resonated with you, let us know in the comments. What was your biggest takeaway? And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Buddhist Mindfulness, and turn on notifications so you never miss a conversation about living with wisdom, health, and peace. Thank you for being part of this journey. See you in the next video.